Well, and you. It's good to finally speak to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been.
Anything in South Africa?
It's hot as hell. It's middle of summer, so no, we sort of sweltering in a bit of a heat wave, but that's probably El Nino's fault. Yeah.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah. Where are you at the moment?
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, okay. So you freezing your butt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as I say, I was actually watching CNN this morning, and it looks as if the West Coast seems to be getting a bit of a bashing as well.
Yeah.
So I think you're in a good place. You're sort of nearer the middle, which is not bad.
No, not bad at all.
But say, it's good to finally speak to you. As I say, congratulations. As I say, you've probably heard it a million times, but it's a phenomenal album.
Thank you.
I have to tell you a story about the album. I can't remember the date exactly, but soon after the album was released in America, I started hackling your record company here, who at that point were sort of unaware of what you were doing. And after a serious push, just from my part, I tend to be sort of anal in trying to get things out that I sort of believe in. That they actually did a local release on it, and it's done particularly well. Out here, which is great. I couldn't give you figures at this point, but to say your success has been enjoyed here as well, which is great.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I had no clue how we were doing there.
Yeah, no, as I say, I got a hold of the album, as I say, quite early in the campaign out here, and I do a college show which is soon to be syndicated around the country, and it was one of the sort of it's probably the alternative of the MTV Buzzbin, where we had this major focus on it, just based on the fact of it being obviously as good as it is, which I think the rest of the world has sort of told you as well. Yeah, but
thank you very much.
No, it's a pleasure indeed.
You rock, man.
Cool.
I have to say that.
No, thank you. But Paul, most importantly, as I say, how have you all sort of handled the fact of coming, first releasing a debut album on a major label, which I think in itself is rather daunting, to being, this huge band which has done so well in the past year?
We all have huge heads now. Gigantic egos. I have to say that, if I could pat us on the back for anything, I would say that I think everyone in this band is handling everything really, really level-headedly and really well. It's a lot of fun, and we have fun with it. And we're definitely very happy about everything that's going on, but we understand that it could go away at any time, and it's not like no one ever lets it go to their head. It's really cool.
Because I mean, you could to all intents and purposes blow it at any point, should you choose to.
We've seen it happen so many times. Like we've seen it happen to other bands, and it happens. It's kind of like a tradition almost. That people go a little nuts. And a lot of times it ruins their career, and we don't want that.
So would you call sort of Matchbox 20 a sensible band?
We're pretty sensible. Yeah, we definitely, you have your moments.
Yeah.
But there's 5 of us who, all feel the same way. So if one person is having one of those moments, the other 4 bring them right back down, So it's like, they don't happen that often, and they don't last very long.
Now, as I say, what was interesting to me was that on the surface, of yourself and someone like you, it seemed like, another album, another sort of modern rock album that, had been picked up, initially by college radio and, had enjoyed a following. But although, as I say, the tracks in themselves are have been great radio hits. There's more going on there that you are able to sort of turn people around and actually make them sit up and listen, because I think compared to I think the college market is probably less critical, but you've now in the last year as well broken into the mainstream market. But what do you think it is about what it is that Matchbox 20 do that actually turned people around to the point that they have embraced the band? So
well, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe, I hope that it's because the people are relating to the songs. And like Rob writes the type of lyrics that they're about, how people deal with people, and a lot of people can relate to that. And there are different situations that he writes about a lot of people have been through, so I'm thinking that maybe that's why. But, the definite answer, I don't know. If I did, our next record would be also so successful.
Yeah, well, which it will be, But now, also sort of looking at it, because you always, I'm sure you sit back and look at how things have gone, over the last 18 months and thought to yourself, gee, But I think the interesting thing is that your success was staggered, in the sense that it wasn't sort of immediate. It did take a while, and I mean, especially, if you take a single like Push, that even when I was in the States October last year, it was still on high rotation. And I mean, and the song to that point had been out, for quite a few months, but it was still right up there. Do you think that actually helped in breaking the band?
I think it helped in making us a better band. Looking back, I'm very, very happy with the way things happened. Like, at the time you're sitting there when it's, things don't seem like they're happening, and you're working, you're out there touring, playing to nobody, and you get a little frustrated at times. You're wondering what's going on, and, if your record's even going to go. But in retrospect, like, that gave us the opportunity to get lost in America and become a good band. But you're playing every single day, and there's no other way to become a good band than to play in front of nobody, and to have people yelling, "You suck," and have people walk out of your show.
Yeah.
You need that. That it's like character building, and it teaches you how to play live. We need that. I definitely think it was best for the band that happened. As far as with it being with our success, a lot of people don't even realize that our record was even out that long.
Yes.
They think that Push was our first single, and we just kind of came out from
nowhere.
From there, came out of nowhere.
Did you actually, at the point of releasing the album and giving it across to Atlantic, did you sort of think to yourself, that you'd sort of pace yourselves? You thought, well, okay, if that happens, we'll do that, and maybe sort of conservatively look down the line and say, well, if we sell X amount, that'll be great, because we can always make up for it on the next album. And then all of a sudden, boom, the album takes off, and you're going, oh, okay, hold on, we didn't actually plan it quite that way.
Yeah, we actually didn't really think anyone would like it.
Okay.
We really hoped that people would like it, but you have no idea, because you're so wrapped up in it.
True.
You're so you just did you just recorded this record. You just wrote these songs, and everything is so new. You were so wrapped up, you couldn't see if you made a mistake or not. And we had people around us telling us that they liked it, so that kind of gave us a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
But we didn't know what to expect. We really didn't.
And has obviously with each single sort of making the band sort of stronger, does it sort of now for you make it more difficult in actually selecting what the next single is going to be? I mean, I know you just about to shoot a video for your fourth single now.
We actually just did 2 weeks ago.
Oh, great. Okay. Now, does it sort of make it more difficult? I know obviously the record company has a lot to do with it, but you are sort of sitting there going, okay, but now do we try and bring out a track that's that does it have the same elements, or do you want to expose something different?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot harder. Like with this, with the new single that's coming out here in the States called Real World. That was kind of a conscious thing on our part to put that out because it shows another side of the band and it shows another side of Rob's, like the way Rob writes lyrics.
Right.
It's a little bit more image oriented than most of his songs, and it's also it's definitely more upbeat, a little bit more happy. It's probably the happiest song of the record.
Yeah, true. I have to agree with you. As I say, not that there's I mean, I think the musicality of it, as I say, lyrically, yes, happier, but definitely as punchy.
Yeah. So it's like, and we wanted to, kind of show that side of us. We've been this, angry little rock band for a little too long, We wanted to show that there's a lot more to it.
Now, as I say, talking about that, is it interesting to you to sort of, get feedback from people and read about, read reviews and various things on how people have actually interpreted the songs in, I'm sure countless different ways. Is that an interesting aspect to actually see how people have actually interpreted what you are doing?
Oh, definitely. It's as far as like reading reviews, I definitely find it pretty entertaining because the majority of them are bad. We're not exactly a critic's darling,
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy reading them. They're pretty funny. As far as like the way our fans interpret songs, sometimes you get you're so amazed by like just how they took it and how they applied it to their life, and it's just sometimes you're a little taken aback. Like most of the time it's very good. Most of the time people get the song and people understand. Like there's Push is like a song obviously that we had a lot of people misunderstand.
Yes, you did that and took a lot of flack for it too.
Yeah, it definitely did. And, like I remember like one time Rob had a guy come up to him and he's like, "Man, I can relate to that song so much. I know what you mean. My girlfriend, she pisses me off so much. And sometimes I just want to hit her."
No.
And I was like, wait, no, you don't get it. You don't know what I mean. You have no clue what that song was about. Get away from me. Things like that. That's a little odd to take.
Sure. Because I mean, sorry.
You can't control how people are going to take your song. You have no control over that, and you shouldn't have to.
No, true. But then again, with the amount of, I mean, there's a certain amount of responsibility that comes with, with the success that you have. And sort of looking back at the album, you sort of think to yourself, when we approach the next album, maybe we can't really, we can't be that direct, or we can't say, things that, or record songs the way we did on the, on the first album, because of the way people interpret it.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't think that we could ever be like that. In honest, I mean, it's because our record did well. We can't change the way we do things.
No.
It's like we could always have to be as direct as we were in the first one.
Sure.
Because that's just the way that we see things.
Sure.
And I don't think that because you're doing well, you suddenly have a responsibility to change who you are. To be this person that you're expected to be.
True. Because that is sort of almost expected.
Yeah, and there's a reason why you did well. Obviously, maybe you did well because you were direct. You don't really know.
Yeah, true.
And it's not true. If you're just like, okay, well now I have this responsibility, I have to say things in a cleaner way.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You say things the way you feel them.
True.
People get offended, they get offended.
True, because I mean, if that had been the case till now, you probably wouldn't be talking to me, so yeah, very much. And when you look at the album now, so you're going on to the fourth single now in America, but how much life is left in yourself?
I have no idea, to tell you the truth. We don't know. They want us to stay out for the rest of the year.
Okay.
there's big plans for like touring. And like it's very important to us that we start going more overseas. So we're gonna, this year is mainly about focusing on that. And I don't know. We there's a song called "Back to Good" on the record that we really want to put out. But as far as anything else, I personally would rather just do one like Real World, Back to Good, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But Real World could flop. We don't know. I want to say, oh wait, this record ain't that good. Stop buying it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another thing, is that, it's a strange thing with success, is that your biggest supporters become your biggest critics, the bigger you become, so...
so true. I was the first to turn on me.
Yeah, true. It's terrible, isn't it? To say nobody can actually be...
You used to like us, what happened?
Yeah. I think it's a sad day when, and I mean, it is normally the case where people cannot be happy for other people's success. They would rather look for, a failing, which probably isn't there, but they will make an issue. Yeah, it's weird.
It's like as soon as something gets too big, bring it back down.
Yeah, it's just because they think they're doing you a favor, but it's weird.
Don't do me any favors.
No, well, it's all good from this side.
Yeah.
But now, as I say, looking at it and having worked the album, and I mean, you've probably played every gig as far as America's concerned. As you say, you're now looking internationally, which is great. But is the band ready for a break yet? Where you want to sit back and just say, give us a month where we can just get our strength back.
No, we took one. We had one over the Christmas vacation. So we had they had 3 weeks.
Okay.
That was long enough.
Okay.
We want to be out. We want to work.
Great.
We're a band. We play music. We want to play. I mean, there's definitely we definitely have like the ache to record again and to write more songs.
And
we're willing to hold that off.
But now, as I say, when you're actually playing live, you're obviously going through repertoire of almost the album. But how much of the material that you're playing live is not on the album that you are sort of prepping for the next album?
Well, there's 2 songs that we do that we actually recorded for this record but didn't put them on. And then there's pretty much just one actually. That I don't even necessarily know if we're prepping it or not. We just now wrote it, and it's the first time that we ever wrote a song like kind of just jamming around in sound check. And we just really like it, so we were just playing it just to see what people thought, and just to get us to play something new. So if it ends up on the next record, who knows?
Because what is the process that actually, if you look back at the album, how did that album actually,
as far as how we write?
Yeah.
We're definitely like, we're very song oriented. Like that's the most important thing to us, is that, no matter what we do to a song, you have to be able to take everything away and just strip it down to, the bare essential of vocal and acoustic guitar, or vocal and piano, whatever. And still have a song that's just as good.
Yeah.
So we start with that basis. We start with, like for this record, Rob wrote the whole record. So he would come to us with the song already written, play it for us on the acoustic guitar, and then we would add everything to it. And that's pretty much how we worked on this one. And I think most likely that's how we're going to work.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on TV right now.
Oh, right. That's...
Right now, my record is on sale for $11.86. Target.
Yeah, because I mean that must be interesting as well. As to say, you have all this sort of profile now. As I said, it was sad that you didn't walk away with a Grammy. But
we were actually very happy because we knew we weren't going to win. Look, we went in there with every intention to lose.
Yeah.
But we were thinking that we would lose to like Fleetwood Mac or Aerosmith, and we lost to the Wallflowers.
Yeah.
That's actually, it's very nice for us because we're friends with those guys, and we kind of Jacob's lost 12 times.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's got to get something.
So true. Yeah.
We've only lost 3 times, so it's okay.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, the thing is that, as you say, with Bob Dylan getting his, rather him than you, because you've certainly got a lot more life in you than say Bob does. With all due respect, Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have a career that way.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, the way you're going now, I mean, was that the intention? When you look back at from starting the band, did you actually anticipate, anything quite like what's happened to you?
No, definitely not this.
At all?
I mean, we hoped that we would do well, and I can even say that, I hope that I would do like half as well as we've done right now.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I ever shot. I was figuring, man, I hope to God we sell 1 million records. It's like, that was like such a long dream.
Yeah.
Never thought that would ever happen.
Yeah.
And here, 5 million later,
Yeah.
it's just like, we're blown away by it. I can't believe it. And it's still going, which is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, but now, does that make it more difficult now for you? Especially, I mean, okay, you're okay now, but now you're going to go back and you're going to put together another album. Now, does that sit on your shoulders where you have to think to yourself, because it's typical. I mean, from the way the press handle it, they get, the difficult second album,
No, it doesn't affect us at all. I think there's a lot of factors to why I think a record, like people's second record, fails, and they definitely it's because caving under the pressure of the first record is a definite, which I don't think will happen to us because we're going to take time to withdraw ourselves from everything before we go in to make the next record, and we're not expecting it. You can't. You have to totally go in with a fresh head and make the next record the way you made the first one. Just go in and make the best record you possibly can. And I think we've grown. We've been a band for 2.5 years longer than we were when we made that record. And we're also, we're a little bit older. Everyone in this band is a songwriter. So there's a lot more songs now. Everyone's kind of comfortable with each other's songs.
Right.
Rob is such an amazing songwriter. He has a huge catalog of songs that we have to choose from. So it's I don't think there's any lack of good songs for the next record or even the record after that. I think as long as we go in and make a record of good songs, hopefully people are going to like it. And if they don't, that's not really up to us.
True.
We have no control over that.
True, no matter what you do. Yeah, true.
Yeah, we can always only make a record that we're happy with and just hope that other people like it.
Absolutely. Paul, I've definitely taken up too much of your time, but if I could ask you one last favor, if I may.
No problem.
If you could do a short ID for me. I do a terribly cliched show called The Cutting Edge that I mentioned earlier. We're going to pop this out on there, and I will obviously do various sort of editorial on this as well. But the name of the show is The Cutting Edge, so you can play with that as you will.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Hey, this is Paul from Matchbox 20, and you are sitting in your little living room listening to The Cutting Edge.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, sure.
Much appreciated. And congratulations. I do hope that, if you get as far as I say, the UK and Europe, it's basically just straight down. And
yeah, I want to head there. I mean, we definitely want to go over there, and I'm assuming that there's plans, maybe not on this trip, but on the next trip after.
Sure. No, understandable, but definitely sort of pencil it in there because I can guarantee you that even if you had to do 2 shows one in Johannesburg and one in Cape Town, you could pack out at least 20,000 people at a time. So.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You'll be surprised. A lot of people.
We're doing here.
Yeah.
Hi, Carolyn.
Thanks, Carolyn.
I hate to break in.
No,
Are you done?
We are.
I was just going to give you a couple-minute warning.
Oh, shame. No, we're actually okay, shame. No,
Okay, great.
thanks very much,
Jason.
Paul. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Jason.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Paul?
Okay.